Good morning and welcome to NewsWatch Today. I'm Ruby Mitchell.
And I'm Nicholas Brownlee. This week, Evangel Spring Banquet is coming up.
And Convoy of Hope is partnering with EU to serve the community.
Madison Tabor is here with your forecast, and Nicholas McKinley has your latest sports news. This is NewsWatch Today. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Standing by is our weather anchor, Madison, with our first look at the forecast.
Madison, what can you tell us about the weather today?
Well, we've had some rainy weather coming in today. Our high at this current moment is a 51. It feels like 49, so we're kind of feeling the coldness of the patchy rain. And as we go into the day, our high is going to be 56 and 74% chance of rain. So you will see rain here and there. It's going to be patchy, won't be consistent throughout the day, but you will see some with winds of 15 miles per hour. So you're going to feel the winds, you're going to see the rain. It's going to be a bit of a cold day. But stay with me and I'll show you what the rest of the week looks like. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Madison. I'm sure hoping those storms pass by soon.
Oh, me too. I want the warm weather to return and go into spring.
Evangel University is partnering with Convoy of Hope and 30-plus local organizations for Valor Volunteer Day. Evangel students help Convoy of Hope and the additional organizations deliver food to the residents of Springfield, Missouri. This is made possible by the Student Ministries Community Engagement Team. This event will take place at the Quad on April 16th at 2 p.m., and students can register for this event until then.
Evangel's Spring Banquet is quickly approaching. The banquet will be hosted on Friday, April 11th at the Savoy C Street. The night's theme is Spring Gala, and festivities will include dinner, dessert, music, games, giveaways, and superlatives. Doors open at 6:30 and the dinner begins at 7. If you're hoping to attend, tickets can be purchased until April 7th for $20 on EU Connect.
Evangel University's jazz band took the stage in the Barnett Recital Hall last night for an unforgettable concert, showcasing the musical talents of students in a variety of jazz styles. The performance, which took place on April 1st, captivated the audience with a mix of classic jazz standards and contemporary pieces, highlighting the band's impressive skill and energy. This evening also featured solos from standout musicians, adding an exciting personal touch to the performance. The event was a great success, drawing in both students and community members to celebrate the vibrant music scene at Evangel.
I think tonight's performance was great. Everyone prepared well and everyone did their job, so it really made it easy and made it fun to be part of the group. Probably my favorite song was the opener for the jazz combo, Take 5. It's just one of my favorite songs, one of my favorite jazz tunes, so I think it's my favorite to play because of that.
That's a wrap on last night's fantastic performance by Evangel University's jazz band. A night of great music and talent at the Barnett Recital Hall. Be sure to check out more exciting events on campus soon.
TikTok's future is uncertain as a potential ban in the United States could be just days away. TikTok's parent company is on the hook to sell the app's U.S. operations by Saturday, April 5th, or they may face a ban in the United States. There are several potential buyers, including a group led by billionaire former Los Angeles Dodgers owner Frank McCourt and Shark Tank investor Kevin O'Leary. Another group includes social media influencer Jimmy Donaldson, most commonly known as Mr. Beast, and Employer.com founder Jesse Tinsley.
Evangel University's art department is hosting the art gallery from April 4th through the 22nd. Juniors and seniors will share their art with people around the community and invite everyone to see their talent. The event starts on April 4th from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. in the Barnett Fine Arts Center. This is one of 2 art shows throughout the year. The first one during the fall semester and this upcoming one for art and photography students. Professor Mitch Young shares the significance of this gallery.
The goal is for our students to be able to show what they have done in their tenure here as a student and to put forth their work. They will see ceramic sculpture, they'll see some pottery, they will see paintings, drawings, some sculptures, photography.
To support the art department, students come to the art gallery tomorrow night from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. If they can't make it tomorrow, the art pieces will still be up until April 22nd, so be sure to stop in and support the students.
The newest play is about to begin at Evangel. For information on how to get tickets, here is Zachariah Broker with the story.
Anastasia. Anastasia is a name loved by one and all. The animated movie came out in the late 90s. Since then, it has turned into a cult classic with high stakes, interesting and dynamic characters, and a rich and lively world. It was so popular that it made into a play in April 2017. The play is very different from the original animated movie, with one of its many changes being a replacement of some really good Chloe Rasputin with the communist general Galer Valinov. Now, the play comes to the Evangel stage, being performed by our very own students. They have practiced for this play since the first quarter of this year. Talia Faban, an assistant costumer, has very excited to see this new show.
I think I enjoy it quite a bit. It's a very fun play. I'm going to see it the second week of shows on that Friday.
It's expected to be a huge success considering the original movies and the new play's massive fan bases. From NewsWatch, I'm Zachariah Broker. Back to you guys in the studio.
Coming up, Evangel focuses on veterans for Veteran Valor Day.
And I'll talk with one of the resident assistants on Evangel's campus. We'll be right back.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This last Friday, Evangel University celebrated Veteran Valor Day. Here with the story is Ruby Mitchell.
Last Friday, Evangel University gathered to celebrate United States veterans and active military members by hosting its third annual Veteran Valor Day. The celebration began with a panel of current and former service members sharing their experience with Evangel students during University Chapel.
People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
The university hosted a special lunch for former and current military members in the cafeteria. Evangel's chorale was invited to sing for the event, and the lunch provided veterans, active military members, and their families the opportunity to connect with others while being honored for their service by the university.
President Riggs thinks that it's very important for Evangel students and the Evangel community to show love to our veterans and those in our active military. And he wanted to do it as far away from Veterans Day as possible because so many people celebrate veterans on Veterans Day. So it's just a great opportunity every spring to get our veterans in our local community and the active military together and just celebrate everything that they've done for us.
The heart of the event is to show appreciation for veterans and active military members while providing students the opportunity to recognize and honor those who have fought for this nation.
I really like being a student veteran here because I just see how God has provided in so many ways to make my experience here at Evangel such a great time and something that I really enjoy and really like to be in this season of my life after my service.
The positive impact of this event has made its reoccurrence possible, and university administration hopes to see continuous benefits in the future. Veteran Valor Day has allowed Evangel University to celebrate those who have served our nation. With NewsWatch Today, I'm Ruby Mitchell.
Standing by is Ruby with Noah Cedarwall, here to give us some insight into building faith-centered community. Ruby?
Thanks, Nick. I'm here with Noah Cedarwall, the resident assistant of the First Floor Men in Lewis. Noah, thanks for being here today.
Honored.
Are you able to share with us what about being an RA interested you and why you took this role?
Yeah, so funny enough, I honestly didn't have a lot of interest in the role when I first ended up applying, but got convinced that this would be a great opportunity to maybe apply a lot of the leadership that people saw in me. And so Andreas Moeller convinced me to apply, and here I am now as a resident assistant in Lewis Hall.
Yeah. What are some of the responsibilities that you see yourself fulfilling as an RA?
Yeah, so I mean, my favorite responsibility, honestly, is helping to build community inside a dorm with a bunch of guys that live together, and we live in such close proximity that I think that's the most important part or responsibility to me. But there's a lot of other cool things I get to pour into other floors, other different things, a lot of spiritual life, and that's a big deal for me. And so those are some of the responsibilities, but ultimately it just comes back to just community with the guys on the floor.
Yeah. What does community look like for you as an RA on this particular floor?
Yeah, so community for me, I think it can mean a lot, but you have to know the personnel. I think it's a little bit like being able to coach a sports team in the sense of when you know the guys that you have and for me, I guess the brotherhood that I have on that floor, you got to know where to direct them. Where are we going to take that energy that they may have a lot of, or that the areas of growth that we need to work on. And so being able to deep dive those things and create relationships that they may be short time right now, but I think a lot of them will become long-lasting friendships. And so that's a cool thing for me to be able to just pour into that as much as possible.
Yeah. You talked about a Christ-centered community. What does that look like in your leadership style and in the community on the floor to have that emphasis on Christian faith?
Yeah, I think for me, what's most important is that I recognize that even in a job that may seem as mundane or routine as an RA position, there's only so much I can do without God.
Yeah.
And so I recognize that every morning and every night that to do even something as simple as an RA position may seem, I need God in every aspect of it. And so I apply the fact that I need God in my leadership, but I also want to apply and make sure that there's situations in different aspects of our events, of our things we do as a group, as things that maybe extend beyond our floor, that these guys can plug into that are spiritually growth opportunities, spiritual growth opportunities. And so I want to make sure that they're, with everything that we do, that maybe it's inclusive to everybody, but also that it presents an opportunity to grow spiritually.
Yeah. What are some difficulties that you've seen in serving in this role?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge that most RAs will face, and will probably be able to agree with me on, is the fact that you have such a broad range of individuals from different walks of life, people coming from different states, but people coming from different backgrounds, different hobbies, different passions. And so being able to say, this guy over here who's from this state that's really far away, misses home, maybe he's a sports person, and then there's this person that doesn't love sports, they're a local, and all these things, and you have to be able to bring that together, and all of a sudden you just see friendships that don't maybe logically make sense, but ultimately that is what's fulfilling. Even though it's a challenge, even though it doesn't lock and make a lot of sense, the meshing of those relationships is super cool to see.
Yeah. What other aspects of this job do you personally find fulfilling and enjoyable and impactful?
Yeah, I think for me, what's super fulfilling about the RA job is that it's one of those positions that, and I think this comes to a lot of service, but when you serve others and you try to pour into others, they usually don't realize how much they pour into you. And so having really amazing men of God on my floor has helped me in my leadership position, where I'm not only trying to pour into them, pour out as much as I can, help them in any ways that I can, but at the same time, I'm receiving a lot of fulfillment just by having those relationships. But maybe moments where it's like guys that are just as old as I am that are pouring into me as well and helping me as a leader, or directing other guys on the floor, and I get to see them lead as well. And so those are moments where it's like, I'm being fulfilled just as much as maybe I'm helping somebody else.
That's awesome. And then really quickly, as we wrap this up, what are some ways if people are interested in being engaged in their floor community? How would you recommend they go about doing that?
Yeah, I think the foremost and most important way, if you feel inclined into something in leadership, if that's something that God's put on your heart, it starts by leading in the little things. And so if you have different things on your floor that you already can see, or things on campus that you can pour into a leadership position or even just serve, people recognize that, and so that's the first step. And then obviously, in addition to that, I think it's always wise to seek somebody that is in leadership and say, hey, I eventually want to do what you do. How can I get there? Maybe they can pour into you and make you a better leader, so when you get to that spot, into that position, you're already prepared, and so you're ready for that season.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you for sharing this insight with us, Noah.
Of course. Thanks, Ruby.
Let's go back to Nick and Madison at the desk.
Thanks, Ruby. So Madison, will we see any warmer weather this week?
It looks like we're not. It looks like we're going to see a lot of rain and some cold coming through. But we'll see that in my full forecast in just a minute, so stay with us.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org. It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
19 sea turtles were released into the Atlantic Ocean last week after being rehabilitated here in Springfield. Following a sudden water temperature change last December, a group of turtles was flown from the New England Aquarium in Boston to the Wonders of Wildlife National Museum and Aquarium in Springfield. There, the turtles received round-the-clock care to treat their conditions. After they were rehabilitated, they were taken to Jacksonville, Florida for their release.
Well, Ruby, do you think you'll go see some of those sea turtles?
Maybe. It's looking like it's probably a lot warmer there than it is here. Madison, can you give us a glimpse into the weather?
Yes, we're seeing a lot of rainy weather in the upcoming week. Our current conditions today, we have a high of 52 and it feels like 51, so it feels like what it's supposed to be. And we have a wind of 5 miles per hour. As we go into the day, we're going to get up to a high of 56 with 74% chance of rain. So you're going to see some rain. It's going to be patchy, so it's not going to be consistent throughout the day, but it's going to be here and there as you go. As we go into Friday, we're going to have a high of 71 degrees. So we're going to go up in our degrees, but we are still going to see a lot of heavy rain. And we're going to see that as we go into Saturday. We're going to see some heavy rain there, but we're going to drop into 46 degrees. So it's going to go up in our degrees and it's going to go back down with some heavy rain going on. As we look into our satellite, we can see some of the precipitation, the overcast, the rain going on down here in Missouri and Arkansas. And when we look at our radar, we can really see that come to life as we see all of the weather coming up. We see it's kind of being slow at the moment because it's kind of going over a couple of days as the rain is coming up. It's going to eventually be all over Missouri. And then we can see over here that's moving up kind of like in a line over the northeast. This red area right here is some flash flood warning. So there's some flash flood because of how heavy rain we're getting all in this area. And when we go back into our national forecast, you can see all the issues going on right down here. Rain all in this area. We have some heavy rain, heavy thunderstorms, heavy flood warnings down in here. All of Missouri, where we basically are, is going to be very rainy, very wet as we're going through the day. And then we go into our full forecast. We can see, like I said, high of 56 today, high of 71 on Friday, 46 on Saturday, 42 on Sunday, and then we go into Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday we're going to be in the 50s. We're still going to see some rain except on Tuesday, so we have a lot of rain coming up in the next week, so make sure to bring out your umbrella. This has been All Things Weathery with Madison Tabor. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Madison. After the break, we'll see how sleep affects the risk of Alzheimer's.
And Nicholas McKinley will be here to give us the latest in sports news. We'll be right back.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
A new study suggests not getting enough of the right kind of sleep may increase the risk of Alzheimer's disease. The two critical sleep stages are slow wave sleep and rapid eye movement, or REM sleep. Experts say most adults should spend between 20 and 25% of their night in each. The study found not spending enough time in these two stages may hasten the deterioration of parts of the brain associated with Alzheimer's. Well, Ruby, that definitely makes me want to get some better sleep tonight.
Yeah, me too. I feel a little bit guilty now for all of my all-nighters doing homework. Let's turn to Nicholas McKinley, who's here to give us the latest in sports. Nick?
Thanks, Ruby. MLB pitcher Lance Lynn has announced that he is retiring, effective immediately. Lynn announced the end of his 13-year career on his wife's podcast on Tuesday. Lynn began in the MLB in 2008 when he was drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals. With the Cardinals, he completed a 6-year stint and helped the team win a World Series in 2011. Then, after hopping between 5 other teams, Lynn returned with the Cardinals last year for what would be his last season. Over his career, Lynn was named an All-Star twice and pitched over 340 games. He is one of only 23 pitchers to defeat all 30 MLB teams. The NFL has made some big rule changes for the upcoming 2025 season. One of the most significant changes is how first downs will now be measured electronically instead of by referees to reduce potential errors. Another change will affect the NFL's overtime procedures. Now, both teams will be guaranteed the chance to get the ball during overtime. Other rule changes involve things from jerseys to touchback locations. One thing that won't change, however, is the use of the infamous tush-push play, as the NFL tabled the potential ban until further notice. Evangel athlete Maddie Murer has earned the distinction of KCAC's Softball Pitcher of the Week. The honor comes as a sophomore pitcher helped the Valor softball team win 2 shutout games against opponents last week. Murer also earned her second career save in a game against Friends University. Murer's performance has earned her a 1.07 ERA, which is the 5th lowest in the nation for starting pitchers. Now, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Nick. As somebody who isn't super well versed in the world of sports, it's always awesome to hear about our Evangel student success.
You're right, Ruby. It always is. After the break, we'll hear about the turtle who caused a man to miss his flight. We will be right back.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah. Hey Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I
I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now I'm anything but lonely.
We have this like deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
A man at a New Jersey airport was found with a live turtle concealed in his pants while going through security. A TSA officer conducted a pat-down of a man following a triggered body scanner alarm. It was quickly realized that the man concealed an unusual object. When questioned, the man reached into his pants and pulled out a turtle wrapped in a small towel. He was then escorted from the checkpoint area. It is still unclear why he carried the turtle to begin with.
Well, that is definitely something I have not heard before.
Yeah, it was a shocker to me too. Let's go to Madison to help us get a better look at the forecast for the next few days.
Yes, our full forecast for this week. Today we have a high of 56, so patchy rain. And as we go into the weekend, Friday and Saturday, we're going to see some more rain with a high of 71 and then a very low of 46 on Saturday. And we go into Sunday, 42 high, and then heavy rain. And then the rest of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to be in the 50s with some rain. So we're going to see a lot of rain in this upcoming week, so make sure you stay warm. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Madison. That's all for us today. Check out euvalormedia.com for more Evangel news. I'm Ruby Mitchell.
And I'm Nicholas Brownlee. Please join us next week here on NewsWatch Today.